So today we're checking out a brand new product by Insta360, but this is not a camera. This is their first AI-powered professional speakerphone. This is called the Insta360 Wave. It's designed to take your online meetings. I'm going to connect it with my computer behind me. You can do a lot of content creation with it. You can do your own recording, like podcasts, for example. And this is powered by a whole bunch of AI features that just takes it beyond your typical speakerphone. So we're going to dive in to cover a whole bunch of categories, which I'll have chaptered down below, but make sure to check the link down in the description. This has just gone live and I'm pretty sure you're going to really like how this works. So let's just dive in. Okay, so let's start off with the design. This has a little suction cup at the bottom, so you can actually keep it in place when you put it down on your desk. It's very sturdy, it's stable. It has two speakers just on the left and the right there. It has microphones all around 360, right around the actual body of the Wave and also along the top as well. It's got an LED light there as well, indicating when it's on and when you are recording. This has a slot here so you can put a USB dongle. It is magnetic, which is great. And this is in fact used to connect the Insta360 Link to webcam. There's some magnetic clips at the bottom of the webcam that you literally just connect to the top here. You slot it into place, and I will be covering this later in the video in more details, but as you can see, it's now connected, it's turned on, and this also enables a link to option on the touchscreen, which we will be covering in the video. So this gives you the entire recording and meeting device hub that you would need for all of your meeting and content creation needs. Along the back, you have your USB-C power port and then a power button to turn this on. I'm going to go ahead and turn it on. This also has an inbuilt touchscreen, which you saw at the start of the video. This comes with a very nice floating design. Let's take a look. Now with this floating design, having an onboard touchscreen just there underneath, it just gives the overall design a break away from the stereotypical circular black disc traditional office speakers that you normally see. You do get lots of brands that still continue to do that, but this really shows the innovation and the beauty that Insta360 have put into the Insta360 Wave. But more than its aesthetics, the floating tubular design provides optimized echo cancellation by its extended path. It also provides clearer voice pickup due to its elevated mic placement and has smarter noise reduction properties due to its dual layer 3D microarray, which provides spatial data on the Z-axis, enabling precise voice tracking. So let's dive in a little bit closer to the key specs and the features. Okay, so I'm just going to run through the key specs. I'm bringing them up on the sidebar here. This has a 3D 8 mic array. It captures voices up to 16 feet or 5 meters away, and we will be testing that. Inbuilt into the Wave, it does have AI audio algorithms, which can cancel over 300 environmental noises, plus echo cancellation and de-reverb. This also comes with 32 gigabytes of onboard storage for all of your recordings, so you can actually use this as a standalone recorder. Now this is wireless and it does provide up to 12 hours of talk time with the 9800 milliamp battery, but you can also connect it via the USB-C cable to your computer to charge it up. And if you do use it on the wireless power, then you can connect via Bluetooth or use the included USB dongle to connect it to your computer, and that will show up in the apps like Zoom or Teams without any drivers needed. There's two key modes that will be on the touchscreen: noise reduction mode and original mode. The original mode has adaptive beamforming with 5 mic pickup patterns, and we'll be testing all of those patterns later in this video. And finally, with the AI features, you can get AI transcription and summary through Insta360 Insights app, which can be accessed via the Wave controller app, but there will be more on this later. Let's go ahead and now dive into the touchscreen and see all of the options that are available. So on the touchscreen, you have the time right there, a big button to start recording, and this will save it to the onboard storage. You've got the volume button there, which you can use to make adjustments. Very quick and easy. Then you have the mute button just on the right hand side. If you press the arrow at the bottom to bring up the options here, you have files, which you can access your previous recordings and even play them back directly onto the Wave. If we go into audio mode, you have two options here, like I just mentioned, noise reduction and original. Noise reduction will eliminate all of the environmental noise, and it's just ideal to have for meetings in case you have a lot of background if you are working from home or in the office. We're going to cover all of the different modes for the original later in this video. And then finally, we'll just cover settings. So here you can access the AI features. From here you can turn the AI summary on, and then it comes with the subscription plans that you have attached and linked to your account. I am on the Pro plan, which gives you up to 1200 minutes of AI summary and transcriptions. You can also update it from there, and cloud management I've turned on. You can connect this to your computer via Bluetooth. When you go into USB mode, the first time you connect this to your computer, go to file transfer, and this will have on the disk on your folder a file to install the Wave controller app, both for Windows and for Mac. And this also supports reverse charging, which I think is also a great bonus. You can adjust the mic volumes. You can set the height of the device as it comes up with this floating design. Lossless audio, auto sleep for the screen, and then you can power it off from here. So it's very simple to use. It's nice and easy. It's a good touchscreen. One thing I do want to mention, when I do connect the Link to webcam to the top of this device, you will have another option here called Link to, so you can actually adjust the Link to settings directly on the Wave. Now that we've done that, let's go ahead and dive into the Insta360 Insights app and the Wave controller and see how that works once I connect this via USB-C to my Mac. Okay, so I have the Wave connected via the USB-C cable to my iMac, and I'm just going to really show you how the Wave controller and the Insights app works. So once you have the Wave controller installed, it will appear in your menu bar at the top and you can access it from there. You can see the current battery life. You can actually start a recording and meeting directly from here as well. And by the way, you don't need to have the Wave connected via the USB-C cable to use Insight. Wave can sync the audio recordings to the cloud as long as you have a Wi-Fi connection enabled, which I do. You've got the volume adjustment. You can also mute from here, and it goes red on the Wave, as you can see right there. And then if you go to settings, this will bring up the device settings, how much storage I have left out of the 32 gigabytes. If you go into audio, you can actually change the mode from here as well. I've currently left it on noise reduction, but when we check out the original sound demos, these are the 5 different pickup patterns. The Insights app is here. You can open it directly from Wave or go into insight.insta360.com once the Wave is connected to your computer, and you'll see all of your previous recordings and meetings listed here. I did a test just yesterday speaking into the Wave, and it gives me a summarization as well as a transcript. So when I click into it, I can actually play back the audio. It was 1 minute long. That is the summary of the conversation, and it just basically summarized everything that I was talking about, just giving a sample introduction about this new product. So we're going to test that out with a live meeting and showcase how the summarization actually looks.
So it is the SEC, meaning secure and govern, growth and data science, meaning applied ML, ML ops, and anti-abuse, team meeting. That's a big mouthful. We might get a better name over time.
So I've just finished the meeting. I've stopped the recording on the Wave. It's now generating the AI summary. Once it's completed, I'm going to check back on the Insights app, and we're going to check to see how the summarization and the transcription worked. Okay, the summary has been completed. You can see the Wave controller app gave a notification at the top that it has been generated. If you hit view now, it will take you directly to that recording, and there you go. It's fully summarized. It gives you the details of the meeting, context, the announcements that were made, the role changes that happened, and structure changes within data science. It gives a little to-do list as well, which I think is absolutely great, and this is something that you're probably aware of, especially if you do use ChatGPT quite often. Of course, you can change this to have different templates and restructure the summarization. Plenty of different options. This is one of the best use cases for the Insta360 Wave, because having this incorporated with AI features built into the speakerphone, this is going to be a game changer for me when I want to record all of my meetings. Of course, I can go into the transcript. I can have a look at all of the speakers, what they've said, and I can rename actual names of the individual speakers as well. I can play back the audio. I can share it. There's lots of different things that you can do, and I can rename the title of the actual file as well inside the Insights app. And there it is listed front and center. But I'm just going to quickly show you the Zoom app right here. If I'm starting a meeting, you can see if I go to audio, Insta360 Wave is connected via USB. I've selected that, as well as the microphone from the Insta360 Wave. And the next thing we're going to do is to test out the audio of my recordings coming directly from the speakerphone. The quality is great. We are going to connect it with the link to Webcam shortly after. So if you do decide to use this on the wireless Bluetooth power, then you can also switch to Insta360 Wave Bluetooth as the speaker option. And that's listed there as well because I have previously connected it. All in all, a very good showcase of all of the AI features. Now let's go ahead and test out the audio quality. So I'm going to do 3 different tests for the audio. I'm going to be very close, around less than half a meter away. Then I'm going to go 1 meter away and then 5 meters away, which is all the way in the back corner, just to see how great the audio still picks up at those specific distances. So if you have a large meeting boardroom and you are very far from the speakerphone, this will give you a good indication of how great the audio quality still gets picked up by the microphones inbuilt into the Wave. So I'm going to hit record and play back the audio on top of this once I've edited the video, so you can hear how clear this actually works. So this is an audio recording from being very close to the speakerphone. If I'm about 50 centimeters away, roughly around here, this is going to be how my voice sounds. It's picking up basically from any direction. It's got microphones all around. Let's go ahead and move over to standing about 1 meter away. Okay, now I am standing 1 meter away from the Wave. And can you still hear all of my vocals very clearly? If I'm in a meeting room with this in the center of the table, most likely I will be at this distance, depending on how large the meeting room is. And if there's people all around at the same distance, maybe you have a circular table, then this is how great the audio will still get picked up by the Wave. Can't really fault anything with the microphone quality. It's so good. It's so quick and convenient to start recording yourself as well. But the ultimate test is going to come and see how clear things are, especially at up to 5 meters away. So now I am 5 meters away. This is very far away, and I know that with traditional speakerphones, maybe my audio is not going to be so clear at this distance. But with the Insta360 Wave, how clear is my audio getting picked up by the 3D microarray inbuilt into this from this far away? For me, this is amazing. So no matter what scenario you're in, no matter how large of a room or meeting room that you are in, if you are using this, you can be confident and have that peace of mind that if there's multiple people at various different distances, they can be picked up and have the audio clearly recorded directly into this at such long distances. So I think that's absolutely great. So we're going to go ahead and test out the 2 different noise modes, which is the noise reduction mode and the original mode, which has 5 different pickup patterns, and see how great those sound recorded into the Wave as well. Okay, so you saw how great those audio tests were. No matter how far or how close I am, it's clear and I can hear all of my dialogue. But now we're going to use the 2 different modes, starting off with the noise reduction mode, and see how good that works by drowning out a lot of ambient noises from the environment. So what I'm going to do, I have a vacuum cleaner just there. I'm going to turn that on, and that is pretty loud. I can barely hear myself speak when this is running in the background, but I'm going to see how much of that is isolated and reduced by the Insta360 Wave. So let's go turn it on, start the recording, and see how great this works. Okay, so the vacuum cleaner is running in the background, and now I am testing the noise reduction and seeing how much of that is being cancelled and how much of my vocals are being picked up by the Insta360 Wave. I am pretty close to the speakerphone itself, but that vacuum cleaner is very loud. And if this is running in the background, if I'm in the office and there's a lot of different environmental noises, this will give you the best showcase that if there is anything as loud as this, then you're still going to be able to hear everything clearly on your recordings. So the noise reduction mode with the AI algorithms built into this, I can't really fault that. It works absolutely great. How great was that noise cancellation? Playing back the audio, I barely could hear any of that vacuum, but sitting in this room, it was so loud, it was hard to concentrate. But knowing that if there's anything as loud as this in my background, I know it's not going to get picked up in my recordings. And that for me gives me so much confidence that no matter where I use this, even if I take it to a very busy environment, like even into a coffee shop where there's a lot of people speaking in the backgrounds, it's not going to pick any of that up. It will just directly concentrate on your own vocals. So now we're going to test out the original mode and go through the 5 different pickup patterns, which I'll show you on the touchscreen now. So let's go into original, and let's start off with the Omni mode, which captures the sound from all directions 360 degrees. Okay, so with Omni mode, 360 degree audio, the best case to showcase this is I'm going to basically spin around the Insta360 Wave, and hopefully you can hear my voice still being clearly picked up without any echoes, without any volume changes, without any reverbs. And I'm still speaking whilst this is going around. I'm getting close to bringing this back to the front again. So no matter how many people you have, if you have a round table of multiple people having a meeting, then doesn't matter which direction they're speaking from, you're going to get great audio from all different directions. Next, let's try cardioid. This is basically capturing sound from the front, and it's ideal for podcasting or even if you do live streaming. Okay, and this is cardioid mode. This is going to be the most common mode if you're just going to use this for meetings by yourself, if you're working from home and you're just sitting in front of the speakerphone. You can even use this to create like a solo podcast. So any type of use case, direct it to the front of the wave and you're going to get great audio regardless. So that is cardioid. We're going to next move on to supercardioid. Next, let's show you supercardioid. This also captures from the front. And this is basically for personal meetings if you are in an open space. Okay, so this is supercardioid. Now, as you can see from the pickup pattern, this really narrows it down, focusing directly to my vocals. This is a great audio mode if you have a lot of noise coming from maybe that direction, this direction, and maybe behind the microphone as well. But essentially, you may not notice too much difference between the cardioid mode and this audio mode. It is very clear because it is directed towards me, but I think it will be a good test for me to just spin the wave around and showcase as I'm spinning how the supercardioid audio from my vocals is now distorted as the microphone moves away from the front mic. So as I'm speaking now towards the back of the wave, you can see and you can hear that it's not as great as it was when it was really focused in from the front. And now as I'm circling back to the front of the wave right here, you can see the audio has picked up again, very clearly directed to my voice. Now let's go ahead and move over to the next one. Next, we're going to showcase figure 8, which captures the sound from both the front and the back. So if you have two people facing each other, then this is great for interviews. If you do a podcast with someone, then this will pick up from both the front and back at very clear levels. Okay, so with figure 8, this works best if you have two people that you're speaking to. You may be having an interview or a podcast, because as you can see from the pickup pattern, it's directed from the front microphone and the back microphone. Now, of course, I don't have two people, so I'm going to spin this around. But as I'm talking, you're going to see my audio has kind of lowered as I go to the sides because it's not going to be picking up from the sides. But as I'm now getting towards the back of the wave, you can see my audio levels have maintained to the same levels as the front mics. So now I'm going to keep continuing to spin this all the way around, and you can see how clearly and how obvious the pickup patterns are as I get back to the front. So that just shows the big benefits of having figure 8, especially if you have someone directly opposite you and you want to use this to have conversations with that person, whether that's a meeting, a podcast, or an interview. It's just going to sound great for that. Let's go ahead and move over to the final mode. And finally, stereo mode. It uses the left and right channels to capture sound. So you can even use this for ASMR type videos, but this is great for music performances and playing back instruments and various different things that you can use if you want to separate those channels out. So let's give it a test. So finally, this is stereo mode. Now, I'm not a musician, so I don't have any instruments to play music if this is what you're going to use this mode for. But this will separate out the left and the right channels. So I'm just going to sway a little bit to the left here, and then I'm going to sway a little bit to the right, depending on how you want to use the audio. If you want to put it into your favorite editing software, then you can actually split out the left and right channels, depending on the direction you're speaking into this. It's great for creating maybe some ASMR videos as well. Great for social media. We're just going to test that out and just speak maybe from different sides of the microphones. So you can try and use your headphones to hear this audio back and see how great the stereo mode works in this specific mode. Now let's go ahead and connect the Link 2. This is going to basically give you the complete ecosystem of this speakerphone. So if you already own the Insta360 Link 2 webcam, this is where it just gets really powerful And you know what? I've always wondered why the Link 2 has these pins at the bottom of its base, as they look like they connect to some other device, and now I know it's for the Insta360 Wave. So let me go ahead and show you how it works. Okay, it's very simple to connect. You just have to line up these pins with the pins there at the top of the Wave. You'll hear a click in place. There we go, it's connected. It's just starting up. Let's go ahead and see the touchscreen options for the Link 2. So now when you go up into the menu, you see Link 2 is right there. You select this and you have two camera control options. The first one is automatic. So once you open up an app like Zoom or Teams and you select Link 2 as the video option, this will work based on the selection here. So if it's automatic, the webcam will start following the person around the room. This is like the traditional large soundbar type speakerphone systems that are connected into boardrooms in very high-end offices. This will allow you to actually follow the person and direct the video at the person that's speaking on the table. But if you prefer, you can go into manual and then just make the manual adjustments of the webcam itself with the controls on this touchscreen. So that is a great option, but I'm going to start off with the automatic option, open up Zoom and show you the speaker focus in the webcam. Okay, now that I have the Wave connected with the Link 2, I've opened up the Link controller app and I'm speaking with the AI tracking on. Not only is the camera quality really good, it's set in 4K 30 frames per second, but also the webcam is doing a very good job by following me around. So if you have multiple people on the call, no matter which person is speaking, it does the group tracking. So the camera will then snap to the person that's speaking, even if they are on the other end of the table. So I'm really happy with the way and the quality of the Insta360 Wave paired with the Link 2 webcam, because then this becomes the ultimate meeting and recording solution for anyone that does hybrid working, or if you want to keep this in the office, it's just perfect for all of your meeting needs. So that is 2 thumbs up with the Link 2 webcam, making the entire ecosystem for the Insta360 Wave very good value for money. Okay, and the final thing I want to mention is around the subscription plans. When you do purchase the Insta360 Wave, you get the basic plan, absolutely free, no additional cost, gives you 300 minutes of transcription and summaries, as well as all of these features straight out of the box. And this will cover the use case for most users. But you have the option to upgrade to the Pro plan. This gives you a lot more recording time. If you are someone that is a very heavy AI user and you want to really take the AI customizability to that next level, then maybe consider this plan. It is $17.99 per month. So you have options for basically everyone. And that's everything I wanted to mention about the Insta360 Wave, what it can do, and all of its great capabilities. I'm very happy with this. It's just beautifully aesthetically designed, and I'm pretty sure you will be happy to purchase this as well. But let me know what you guys think down below in the comments. Would you consider buying something like this over a traditional speakerphone, which may be a lot cheaper? Or would you buy a USB microphone that's made for podcasting? Or would you go ahead and get something like this, which in my opinion is the ultimate AI powered meeting and recording hub? The capabilities of this are pretty much endless. It's super useful, very convenient to have on your desk at all times. And I'm very happy, and I'm sure you will be too. If you enjoy the look of the Insta360 Wave, don't forget to check out the link in the description. It's going to be a really great game changer in the speakerphone market. And don't forget to like and subscribe, and I will see you all next time.